What really happened to one of Pawn Stars' most memorable employees? Why did Olivia Black suddenly disappear from our screens? And did the reality of television prove harsher than the reality of the pawn business? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what really happened to Olivia Black from Pawn Stars and where things stand as of September 2025. Let's dive in. For millions of viewers around the world, Pawn Stars offered a fascinating glimpse into the world of pawning, history, and the colorful characters who worked at the gold and silver pawn shop. The Harrison family, Rick, his son, Corey Big Hoss, and his father, Richard Old Man, along with Corey's childhood friend, Austin Chumley Russell, became household names as they evaluated, negotiated, and occasionally purchased unique historical artifacts brought in by hopeful sellers. But the cast wasn't limited to just the Harrison family and Chumley. As the shop's popularity exploded and the demands of filming increased, new employees were needed to help run the actual pawn business that continued to operate even as cameras rolled. Among these additions was Olivia Black, a night shift employee who quickly captured the attention of viewers with her distinctive look, friendly demeanor, and professional approach to the pawn business. Olivia Black joined the cast of Pawn Stars in 2012, during the show's 5th season. Born in 1985, Black had established herself as an independent and hardworking individual long before the bright lights of television came calling. Growing up, she developed a strong work ethic and an appreciation for history qualities that would serve her well in her future role at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Before joining the Pawn Stars cast, Black had built a diverse resume, working various jobs that helped her develop the people skills and quick thinking necessary for the pawn business. Las Vegas had been her home for some time, and when the opportunity to join one of the city's most famous establishments arose, it seemed like a perfect fit. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop wasn't just any workplace. It was a 24-hour operation that required dedicated staff around the clock. While the Harrison family and Chumley handled the daytime operations and the bulk of the filming, the night shift was equally important to keep the business running smoothly. This is where Olivia found her initial role, managing the shop during late hours when most of Las Vegas was focused on its famous nightlife. Black's introduction to the show was handled with the typical Pawn Stars flair. Viewers will remember the scene. Corey and Chumley were tasked with training the new night shift employee, a responsibility they took with varying degrees of seriousness. Their playful banter with Olivia immediately established her as someone who could hold her own alongside the show's established personalities. What made Olivia stand out was not just her distinctive tattooed appearance, which provided a modern contrast to the shop's otherwise traditional atmosphere, but her genuine interest in the items that came through the door and her professional interaction with customers. She wasn't just a character added for visual interest. She brought legitimate skills to the pawn counter. The audience response to Olivia was overwhelmingly positive. In a show dominated by male personalities, she brought a fresh perspective and energy that resonated with viewers. Online forums and social media buzzed with positive comments about this new addition to the cast. The producers had seemingly found a perfect new element to keep the show fresh after several successful seasons. But then, as quickly as she had appeared on our screens, Olivia Black vanished from Pawn Stars. Her screen time, which had been gradually increasing, suddenly came to an abrupt halt. There were no on-air goodbyes, no explanation for regular viewers. One episode she was there, and in the next, she was conspicuously absent. This sudden disappearance sparked speculation and left many fans wondering, what really happened? Here's where it gets complicated. In December 2012, just months after Olivia had become a familiar face on the show, news broke that she had been fired from Pawn Stars. The reason for her dismissal wasn't related to her job performance, customer complaints, or conflicts with other cast members. Instead, it reportedly stemmed from her past before joining the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. According to reports, Black had previously worked as an alternative model under the name Belladonna for the website Suicide Girls, known for its pin-up-style photography featuring tattooed and pierced women. These photos, taken years before her Pawn Stars role, became public knowledge after her television debut, brought her wider recognition. When this information came to light, History Channel executives reportedly made the decision to remove Black from the show. It's important to note that while she was let go from the television production, Rick Harrison reportedly kept her employed at the actual gold and silver pawn shop, drawing a clear line between the reality television show and the real-world business operation. Black herself addressed the situation via social media at the time, confirming her departure from the show while expressing gratitude for the experience and the support of fans. Her professional handling of the situation earned her respect from many viewers who felt the decision to remove her based on past modeling work was unfair. The controversy surrounding Black's dismissal raised questions about reality television, public image, and the expectations placed on individuals who suddenly find themselves in the spotlight. Many fans voiced their disagreement with the decision, pointing out that her past work was legal, performed when she was an adult, and had no bearing on her abilities as a pawn shop employee. The timing of Black's dismissal coincided with Pawn Stars' height of popularity. The show was pulling in massive ratings for History Channel, had spawned several spin-offs, and had transformed the once modest gold and silver pawn shop into a major Las Vegas tourist destination. With such success came increased scrutiny, and network executives reportedly became more protective of the show's family-friendly image. And that's when everything changed for Olivia. After her departure from Pawn Stars, Black didn't simply fade into obscurity. Instead, she navigated her post-television career with the same resilience she had displayed on the show. While the unexpected end to her reality TV stint might have derailed some, Black used the experience as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. In the immediate aftermath of her dismissal, Black maintained her position, working at the physical gold and silver pawn shop location, though off-camera. This arrangement highlighted the sometimes stark difference between reality television production and actual business operations. According to reports, Rick Harrison valued her as an employee regardless of the network's decision about her on-screen presence. By mid-2013, Black had begun to explore other opportunities, leveraging the recognition she had gained from her brief but memorable time on Pawn Stars. She reconnected with Suicide Girls, the alternative modeling community she had worked with prior to her television career. This move represented a refusal to be ashamed of her past work, a stance that resonated with many fans who had supported her throughout the controversy. Olivia also embraced the growing power of social media, building an independent platform to connect with fans who had appreciated her during her time on the show. This direct connection allowed her to share her side of the story and develop a personal brand beyond the limitations of reality television. In the years following her Pawn Stars appearance, Black reportedly ventured into various entrepreneurial efforts, including merchandise sales and special appearances. Her distinctive look and personality, the very things that had made her memorable on television, became assets as she built her personal brand. But behind the scenes, the picture looks different from what many might expect after such a public dismissal. Rather than harboring resentment about how her time on Pawn Stars ended, Black has reportedly spoken about the experience as just one chapter in her life, albeit an unexpected one that opened doors she might not otherwise have encountered. The trajectory of Pawn Stars itself continued upward after Black's departure. The show maintained its popularity through multiple seasons, though it eventually experienced cast changes of a different nature. The passing of Richard "Old Man" Harrison in 2018 marked a significant shift for the show, which had to continue without one of its founding personalities. Compared to such fundamental changes, Olivia's earlier departure became a footnote in the show's long history. For the television audience, new characters and employees were eventually introduced, continuing the pattern of expanding the cast beyond the core Harrison family and Chumley. Yet, for many longtime viewers, Olivia Black remains a memorable part of the show's golden era, a brief but bright presence whose sudden disappearance sparked more questions than answers. By late 2015, the initial controversy surrounding Black's dismissal had largely faded from public discussion, replaced by newer developments in the ever-changing landscape of reality television. Yet, whenever the topic of Pawn Stars cast changes arises, Olivia's name inevitably enters the conversation, a testament to the impact she made in a relatively short time on screen. Now, if you're wondering how things have evolved since then, let's bring this story up to date. As of September 2025, Olivia Black has reportedly built a life that balances privacy with selected public engagements. While she no longer works at the gold and silver pawn shop, she has maintained connections in Las Vegas, a city that remains her home base, according to social media posts. Black has occasionally referenced her time on Pawn Stars during interviews and social media interactions, always with a sense of perspective that suggests she values the experience for what it was, an unexpected detour in a diverse career path. When asked about the circumstances of her departure, she has reportedly chosen to focus on the positive aspects of her time with the show rather than dwelling on how it ended. In recent years, Black has reportedly diversified her professional pursuits, continuing with modeling work while exploring other creative outlets. Her social media presence suggests an entrepreneurial spirit with various projects and collaborations that leverage her distinctive personal brand. Like many former reality television personalities, she has found ways to translate brief fame into sustainable opportunities. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop and the Pawn Stars show have both undergone significant changes since Olivia's time. The death of Old Man Harrison fundamentally altered the show's dynamic, while the COVID-19 pandemic temporarily disrupted both filming and the shop's operations as a tourist destination. Through these changes, the show has continued, adapting its format while maintaining its core appeal of historical artifacts and negotiation drama. Industry attitudes toward issues similar to what reportedly led to Black's dismissal have evolved somewhat since 2012. In today's reality television landscape, past modeling work might not trigger the same reaction from network executives, reflecting broader cultural shifts regarding personal history and public image. What was considered controversial enough for dismissal then might barely raise eyebrows in the current entertainment environment. Former cast members of Pawn Stars have taken various paths since their time on the show. Some have pursued independent television projects, while others have returned to less public roles in the pawn business or other industries. In this respect, Olivia's journey mirrors that of many who experienced temporary fame through reality television, a brief moment in the spotlight followed by a return to a more private life, albeit one shaped by the experience. When the topic of Olivia Black arises in discussions about Pawn Stars today, it often serves as a reminder of how quickly reality television can elevate someone to public recognition and how just as quickly that spotlight can be withdrawn. Her story represents a particular moment in the show's evolution and the broader reality TV landscape of the early 2010 seconds. For many viewers, Olivia Black symbolized a missed opportunity for Pawn Stars, a fresh personality whose potential contributions to the show were cut short by circumstances unrelated to her on-screen performance. Fan forums still occasionally light up with "whatever happened to" discussions, indicating that her brief presence made a lasting impression. The legacy of Olivia Black's time on Pawn Stars extends beyond her actual episodes. Her situation sparked discussions about the responsibilities of networks toward their reality show participants, the relevance of past work to present employment, and the sometimes arbitrary nature of what is deemed acceptable for family programming. Pawn Stars itself has achieved remarkable longevity in a genre where shows often burn bright but brief. From its premiere in 2009, it has grown into one of History Channel's flagship programs, inspiring numerous spin-offs and international versions. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop transformed from a family business into a Las Vegas landmark, attracting tourists who hope to catch a glimpse of the filming or the famous cast members. The rating success of Pawn Stars at its peak was substantial, with millions of viewers tuning in for each episode. During Olivia's brief tenure, the show was regularly among the most-watched programs on cable television. While many factors contributed to this success, the chemistry between cast members, including temporary additions like Black, played a significant role in keeping audiences engaged. What makes Olivia Black's story particularly interesting is how it highlights the complex relationship between reality television and actual reality. While viewers were introduced to her as a pawn shop employee, they were really watching a carefully produced television program where casting decisions were made based on factors beyond job performance. This disconnect between the reality presented on screen and the behind-the-scenes production considerations is something most reality shows grapple with. The human element of Black's story resonates because it reflects experiences many can relate to, starting a new job with optimism, facing unexpected challenges, and having to reinvent oneself after a setback. While few experience these things under the magnifying glass of national television, the emotional journey remains recognizable. Ultimately, Olivia Black's brief but memorable presence on Pawn Stars serves as a reminder of how reality television operates, not as a documentary, capturing life as it happens, but as a produced entertainment product where business decisions and image concerns can outweigh other considerations. Her post-show career demonstrates that such experiences, while potentially disruptive, need not define one's entire professional trajectory. In today's social media-driven world, former reality show participants like Black have unprecedented opportunities to maintain connections with fans and build independent platforms. This represents a significant shift from earlier eras of television, where disappearing from a show often meant disappearing from public consciousness entirely. By late 2025, the story of What Happened to Olivia Black from Pawn Stars has become one chapter in the larger narrative of reality television's evolution. Her experience highlights both the opportunities and pitfalls of sudden fame, the sometimes arbitrary nature of industry decisions, and the resilience required to move forward when unexpected challenges arise. For the casual Pawn Stars viewer who might catch a rerun featuring Olivia and wonder about her absence in later episodes, the answer involves the intersection of personal history, corporate image concerns, and the complex reality behind reality television. Like many aspects of the entertainment industry, the full story is more nuanced than what appears on screen. In the end, this isn't just a story about a television show. It's about how quickly life can change when opportunity knocks, how past and present can collide in unexpected ways, and how resilience allows people to write new chapters after seemingly final endings. If you learned something new about Olivia Black or have thoughts about other Pawn Stars cast members we should cover next, let us know in the comments below. Stick around, there's always more history to uncover, both on the pawn shop counter and behind the scenes. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop continues its operations in Las Vegas, with tourists still lining up outside hoping to catch a glimpse of history in the making, both the historical items inside and perhaps a favorite face from the show that made it famous. Meanwhile, Olivia Black's brief but impactful presence on Pawn Stars serves as a reminder that sometimes the most interesting stories happen when the cameras stop rolling. What makes pawn shops fascinating is not just the items that pass through their doors, but the people whose lives intersect there, however briefly. In that sense, Olivia Black's story reflects the very essence of the pawn business itself, a place where objects and people come and go, each leaving their mark before moving on to write the next chapter.